IOLTA, the company dedicated to building knowledge and setting the standards in the technical sector of aviation leasing. Welcome to our free certificate course on the Introduction to Aircraft Technical Records. This is the final video in our series of 11 videos introducing you to aircraft technical records. The aim of this video is to introduce you to the technical records associated with the modifications that would be installed on the aircraft at the point of returning the aircraft off lease. Over the life cycle of the aircraft, it will have many modifications performed on it. The aircraft's planning and engineering departments will issue modifications for a variety of reasons, such as to optimize aircraft efficiency, to modify the cabin so that it is similar to the rest of the aircraft in the fleet, or simply modify the aircraft to include Wi-Fi so as to attract passengers to fly with them. At the end of each lease, the status of modifications on the aircraft must be reviewed and compared against the technical return conditions in the lease agreement. The technical records consultant will review the modification technical records received from the redelivery airline. The high-level process involves extracting and becoming familiar with the relevant technical return conditions from the lease agreement. Typical return conditions may require the airline to remove any modifications or STCs that were installed on the aircraft during the lease term. In this case, the aircraft must be returned to its original configuration prior to being returned to the lessor. At this point, we should explain that STC stands for Supplemental Type Certificate. In simple terms, this is a modification not designed by the OEM, but instead is created by an approved design organization that holds a specific approval in the aircraft type. In EASA, this approval is referred to as Part 21J Design Organization. The starting point of the modification review is when you receive the certified status list from the returning airline. Similar to other elements of the technical records review, the records consultant will have to ensure that all modification documents are present. Over the next number of slides, we will discuss at a high level some of the elements of the modifications review. During the installation of the modification on the aircraft by the maintenance engineers, the airline planning and engineering department would have issued modification instructions. The modification installation instructions will be documented on the task card. The review of these modification work instructions and associated DFPs are an integral part of the end-of-lease technical review process. If a component is needed as a part of the modification, the task card will state the part number, serial number, and batch number, and the attached paperwork from the part supplier verifying the part serviceability. For example, this could be a EASA Form 1 or FAA 8130. The modifications review also involves checking the hours, cycles, and date that the modification was performed. The Master Data List, or MDL, and all documentation listed is reviewed, including the mod manuals, mod wiring list, and mod installation instructions. Remember that earlier in this video series, we talked about tech specs. These are maintained on the lessor's IT platform for future marketing opportunities of the aircraft. Recording the modifications installed is a critical part of the tech specs. The full technical lease training program by IOLTA covers the modification review in a lot of detail and allows you access to the training material when you are performing your own technical records review. If there are any findings from the modification review, then they will be recorded on the open item list, commonly referred to as the OIL. The aircraft will have many additional capabilities added to it during its lifetime to enhance the performance and passenger flying experience. Modifications can often be a section of the lease return that involves the lessor having a lot of discussions with the returning airline and the new or next lessee. This concludes the video on aircraft modifications technical records. The team at IALTA look forward to your registration on some of our other course offerings. The Technical Lease Training Program can be downloaded from our website, www.ialta.aero. Like what we do? Then please follow us on LinkedIn and stay up to date with weekly posts on technical records and new course offerings. Please post your certificate on LinkedIn and we will reply with our congratulations. IALTA plans to grow our YouTube channel, so please subscribe today. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed the course.